Welcome to the Bit Cipher. It's your boy D Brown back with another episode. So this episode, I just wanted to talk about my cancer story and my story of survival. I'll try to go from the beginning to the end. I might bounce around as my memory comes back to me. So without further ado, let's get into it. So when I was 19, I was coaching basketball. And one of the kids came up to me. I'm 40 now. And one of the kids came up to me and said, what's wrong with your neck? And, I thought he was playing around. So I was like, get back on the line. What the hell are you talking about? Anyway, I went to the bathroom and I looked at my neck and there was a growth there. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay. So I didn't know what it was. So, I let it go for a while, for a long time, some months actually. Nothing happened. I wasn't sick, anything like that. So I was like, it's just a growth. There's nothing there. And then one day I woke up and I couldn't swallow any food. So I was like, oh shit, here we go. So then went to the ER. They were like, you need a biopsy right away. So got the biopsy, and I remember waking up from surgery and the doctor was like, yeah, it looks like Hodgkin's disease. We don't know how far it is, but we're going to refer you to the cancer center and, things like that. So, I went to the cancer center, I believe probably, the week after, and my oncologist was like, yep, it's, definitely Hodgkin's disease, but we don't know how far along it is. So let's go ahead and get that situated. So I got my spinal tap done, come back. Yep, stage 4. So the cancer was all over my body. And at this point was when I started feeling sick. I had fevers of 104, night sweats, all that. So anyway, doctor was like, okay, with this regimen, we're going to have to do 32 weeks of chemo, once every other week. So as we're going, we start, the first week, I'm like, okay, this isn't too bad. I wasn't sick or anything. I mean, I was sick, but I wasn't feeling the effects of the chemo. The second week, same thing. Wasn't feeling the effects of the chemo at all. So I got cocky. I was like, we're good. We're going to make it. We're going to breeze right through this. And then after the third treatment, I remember sitting around and I scratched my head. And right where I scratched, my hair fell out. And I was like, oh, shit, here we go. So then I sat there and, pulled my hair out, all that. And then I started getting extremely sick, tired. I couldn't eat. About a month after treatment, I caught a cold and, my body couldn't fight it. So it turned into pneumonia, an extreme case of pneumonia. I remember being at my friend's house and I was just hunched over in the chair and I couldn't breathe. I was just, that's how I was breathing. And, still just dumb, it's nothing. It's just the effects of the chemo. So anyway, I went to the bathroom and I started coughing up blood and I was like, yep, all right, well, let's get to the ER. So then I drove myself to the ER, pneumonia, got that cleared up. And then, so this was January. So I started in January. So this was probably February that happened. And then April comes around, my chest starts hurting again. And I'm like, damn, this is different though. This isn't pneumonia. So anyway, we go through the scans. I have a pulmonary embolism, which is a blockage in the artery, I believe. So anyway, doctor was like, we got to put you on blood thinners. So I get on blood thinners for a month. Hopefully it clears it up. So after a month, I go back, get another scan. The blood thinners didn't work. Now I have 2 pulmonary embolisms floating around in my chest. So now, the doctor's kind of panicking. I'm starting to panic a little bit. I was trying to be tough. I was young. I'm a guy. I was trying to be tough through the whole thing. But I'm like, we're in trouble here. So we get back on the blood thinners. It eventually, works. So we get cleared of that. And I'm just losing weight. I'm obviously, not eating. My hair is gone. So I'm just struggling at this point. So, I went through chemo from January to August. And then come June, we go through the scans again. Doctor wants to see if the cancer is still in my body. So come June, get the scans, do the spinal tap again, and the cancer was gone. So the doctor was like, well, you have the choice. You can either quit now or you can finish in August. And it took everything in me to complete the treatments. I was going to say, hey, I'm done right then and there, but something told me, go ahead and finish these treatments. So anyway, I finished the treatments, cancer free. I'm still cancer free. That was in 2003. But yeah, that journey, that was a crazy journey, and then I'm just talking about my weight real quick. So, I'm 6'4". I was probably 170 or so when I started treatment. When I was done with treatment, I was 138 pounds. Unbelievable. I looked a mess. But anyway, that's my story on that. I'm cancer free still. That was my journey. The 8 months of chemo really kicked my ass, but that is, that part of my life is why I have the outlook on life that I have. I have this real carefree, I don't give a fuck attitude, and it's really enhanced since treatment. I've always had an I don't give a fuck attitude, but it's really enhanced since then. It's, before that it was I don't give a fuck, period. Now it's I don't give a fuck with purpose, if that makes sense. So yeah, with that being said, that was my story. Just wanted to get it out here on the podcast so everybody can look at it. And I'm going to drop more, pieces of my story outside of the, the cancer and things like that, just who I am as a person. So if you like that, go ahead and subscribe, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I got all my content, my main content's on TikTok. Check me out everywhere. I appreciate you guys listening. I'm out.